The following is an exclusive presentation of Jessup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio. It is a Wednesday morning, 24th day of March, and we got some guests in the green room, but we have a guest on the phone with us right now. It's Wednesdays with Werkheiser with State Representative Bill Werkheiser. Take it away, Bob.
Good morning, Bill. How you doing?
Good morning. How y'all doing?
I'm doing great. Let's start with the big news. Again, we had it on the news. Governor Kemp had his press conference yesterday, expansion of the eligibility for the vaccine. Any adult 16 and over, beginning Thursday, can sign up and get the vaccination. Is that correct?
That is correct. The only disconnect I see is I try to check with my local pharmacies and hospitals. And since I'm on the board of the Evans Memorial, I check with them, and it still seems that and I'd be interested to hear from Joe Roddy, are they still getting the doses that they're requesting? Because last week when I talked with the hospital in Evans County in Claxton, they were still like 800 doses short, almost on every time they ordered. So would be interesting to see if the supply is catching up with the demand. But I tell you what, every day I talk to people who's gotten, like my wife who's gotten her first shot. I would say 99% of the people I've talked to have had no, residual effects, first or second shot. I know there's been cases, and you'll hear things, but I mean that's kind of true with everything in life. But for the most part, it's been going very well.
Yeah, it's different for different people. I've heard some people say the first shot, they go home at night, they'll have chills, or some people still have some pain in the arm, but nothing serious that I've heard from anybody. Butch has had both shots, so he said he's doing well.
I've had both and no reactions.
So a lot of people.
Yeah, but he's tough.
Kim, right. Kim says this is our ticket back to normal. Is normal? Is that, or is there a new normal?
That's funny too. I feel like I live in two worlds, and I'll use Kemp as the example. Kemp was down last Thursday at the Claxton Airport as we had a ribbon cutting on a runway extension, and I got a photo I've been showing everybody. Got about 40, 50 people in the photo. There's one person wearing a mask. Guess who that is?
The
governor.
Right,
the governor.
It's a funny picture, but I think rural Georgia is over it. I've told a lot of people up here, like, I'll go if there's a Publix right close to where we stay, and we'll go in there. And if I were to walk in there without a mask, I believe I'd get tackled. And then I go home, and I mean, there's hardly a mask to be found. So it is 1 year. So this week is my 1 year anniversary. I got it really early. And so I was diagnosed on the 20th and was sick over a week. So I went to the hospital and got an antibody test last week when I was home, and I still have strong antibodies a year later. That was one of the concerns, was how long the antibodies would last. That's the good news. Bad news is that my breathing is still not back. So I got to a certain level, and I'm just hanging right there like it.
You hear that from a lot of folks out there, professional athletes and folks like that, who still having problems with that, the breathing, because it did affect the lungs.
Yeah. So, but I got the antibodies, so that's good. I think we are. To your original question, I'd say I'm hoping with a couple of months that you're going to see things pretty much wide open, and people. But I think that's because people have followed the guidelines, and as frustrating as that has been, and I think we're on the downward side of it.
Let's just hope. Like I said, more and more people can get the vaccine. Like I said, hopefully the doses will be available for those that want it. But again, they seem to be opening it up to more and more people that want to get the vaccine. Other big news, of course, is the soon final decision has to be made on the new election rules. And the Senate committee voted Tuesday for ID requirements, drop box limits, mandatory weekend voting hours. Vote sets up the debate now between the Democrats who say the proposals will make it harder to vote. Republicans who say simply trying to protect the integrity. Again, this has been an ongoing debate. Looks like it's going down party lines, which is kind of sad. It's the state's just like the country divided. So how do you see the debate going? How do you see it playing out? I'm sorry.
I got to tell you this. I saw the best argument ever. Voter suppression cannot be argued. You can't find one thing in that bill. And I challenge anybody. I return those calls. And the best debate ever was in the Senate when they were debating that bill. And a Republican senator went up there and read a speech about how we need to fix our election laws. There was too many irregularities. People won't have trust. And when he got through with the speech, the Democrats started peppering him with questions. And you know what his answer was?
I have no idea.
The speech I just read you was from one of your colleagues who just asked me a question during the 2018 election, the Kemp Abrams election. Word for word, I just read her speech. So you see the problem?
You get that. Yeah, you get that.
The Dems thought there was a problem. In 2020, the Republicans thought there was a problem. Well, if both sides think there's a problem, let's fix it.
What's their response?
Well, crickets. That's kind of tough. But is that clever or what?
Yeah. Another item is the budget. We talked to Blake on Tuesday. Again, looks like the budget's going to go basically what the governor asked for. The cuts that were made due to the pandemic are going to be put back in. A lot of people are happy about that, especially educators are happy about that. Educational or school boards are happy about that. I've been in school board meetings. They're happy those austerity cuts are coming back in. So you overall thought about the budget? And there doesn't seem to be a lot of debate about the budget. Looks like both parties agree with the budget.
Yeah, especially when we're adding in back of most of the cuts. So today at 11 o'clock, Tillery and two of his colleagues, and then Chairman England on the House side, two of his colleagues, are about to have the conference committee just to massage the differences between the House and the Senate. They'll vote that out at 11 o'clock today, and then tomorrow both chambers will vote on the agreement, and then it'll be on to the governor's desk.
Sounds good.
So we're almost there.
What else can we expect? Like I said, we're winding it down, so is basically the big debate's going to be on the changes in the election between now and the end of the month, or is there something else that's going to be debated heavily?
Well, there will be debates, and as I've mentioned before, it's like the Democrats are trying to find. I mean, we had a bill yesterday that really improved our court system, our juvenile justice, and foster placement. I mean, and just try to pick one sentence here or there to vote against the whole bill. It was not like that when I came up here, and I've only been up here 7 years. So it's unfortunately become very divisive. So almost every issue is, but I can't think of any big headline issues that, other than election bills, we'll spend a couple hours debating and then we'll pass it.
So what do we see between now and the finish line?
That's going to be it. Because just like most of the bills are either cleanup or agency bills, like I've got a couple from the Department of Labor. Most of the bills are not sexy stuff to talk about, but there's a huge volume of them. I mean, we'll be there to midnight. So we're actually out today for committees because of the volume. And then in tomorrow, out Friday, basically every other day, and then we finish Wednesday. So be glad to get Atlanta in my rearview mirror.
Yeah, you sound like Stephen and Blake. You're like, let me get the heck out of there.
I want to get home.
The process, it really wears on you. I mean, you're so excited to see everybody and, do the work. And then, I mean, it's just the long hours and being away from everybody. It's almost like the system is designed to wear you down. Like you can't get out of here quick enough. But it's still good work, and I appreciate folks letting us do it. I about to see the three of them. We do have something at 2:00 today that, for the first time all year, the three of us are going to be in a room doing something. We are voting on a vacancy on the DOT board person, and there was a vacancy. Our person that represents. So what they do is that they divide the state into 14 congressional districts, and then you draw that line, and whoever rep or senator is inside that line. So the three of us are in it because it's Rick Allen. No, I'm sorry, Stephen won't be in there. It'll be me and Tillery, and so we'll vote. We'll all get one vote, and there's two guys running. One just dropped out. The guy from Augusta, and then Greg Morris, who many of your listeners probably know, the state rep from Vidalia, and that's who both Senator Tillery and I are supporting.
Yeah. Just this is not really a topic for Georgia General Assembly, but you and I have had this conversation. I have issues with the Georgia High School Association, and throughout the years. I don't know if you heard this story. This is a new one, so I'm going to ask you if you can do this for me. We had an umpire talk trash to our pitcher, told him he wasn't any good, would make it.
Way.
Yeah, get off.
Oh, yeah,
get
all
off,
our pictures.
Yeah, get off the mound. You're wasting my time. I'm ready to go home. So I told him I would ask you on the air. And I know it's late in the session, but can I get you his name and you can pass a bill to the state legislature that he never officiates a game again? Is that possible?
Not that specific, but I tell you what.
Okay, I'll have to.
If
I call it directly to the governor and talk to him, you think he could do that for me? So, I mean, this guy.
But I tell you what.
You call the Georgia High School Association and make the complaint, and they say, well, there's not really anything we can do. And first of all, they don't believe it happened, so the coach has to send a letter, which he did. But I mean, this was a new low. I've been doing this for like 30 plus years. I've never heard this before, and I've talked to so many coaches that have been coaching for years that are now retired. They never heard of it. I mean, this was just a new low in high school athletics. But so I told my legislators, I said, we give y'all get on here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, give your information. So I thought, I thought at least try. I thought I could get you to pass a bill, get him evicted from the GHSA altogether.
I'll tell you this, the legislature does not have a good love affair with the Georgia High School Association. I don't know if you remember a couple years ago, we had a bill to dissolve them.
Right, I remember.
Kind of gave them a wake-up call. It's a bunch of old men who are trying to relive their dream. They need some shaking up, that's for sure.
Well, like I said, this was a new one. It just, just flabbergasted me. I mean, I'm doing an interview with the kid after the game. There was a conversation going on in the mind. I had no idea what was going on. And he told me what was being said. And like I said, it wasn't just him. It was all our pitchers. This guy just wanted to go home and was mad they weren't throwing strikes. So he told them they weren't any good. They need to get off the mound. So it was just
unbelievable.
Yep, unbelievable. Well, Bill, stay safe. How about, we haven't talked about security. Is security leveled off any? Is there still, it still like Fort Knox to get into the state capitol? How's that going now?
No, it's still secure. There's still officers with an AR hanging off their shoulder, but not the volume. During the first House elections bill, tons of security, but I think they've realized everybody's behaving. Now, there's still protests every day. The protests went from Black Lives Matter to now the elections bill, and I wait to cross the street. I walk right through the middle of them, just waiting for one of them to say something to me because, like I said, please find something in that bill where there's suppression at any level, any sentence, and I will vote against the bill.
So you don't engage with them? You don't go up and ask them, say, why can't you have an ID to vote? What's the
I have.
I mean, that's the puzzling thing to me, why they think there's something wrong with that.
The long list.
Especially when you say if you don't have an ID, they'll give you one. They'll mail you one.
You can't get on an airplane. You can't check out a book. You can't buy a bottle of beer. The list is long to show an ID, but yet we think, just walking the vote. Why don't we do that with airplanes? Just, trust everybody.
Will you be back with us next Wednesday, Bill?
What's that?
Will you be back on this next Wednesday, the 31st?
Absolutely. That is sine die. I will start my day off.
All right. Sounds good. Well, we look forward to having you on. Right. We got some folks from the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce in the green room getting ready to talk about chamber business. But State Representative Bill Werkheiser, our special guest this morning here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. Have a good day, Bill.
All right. Thank you. Y'all too.
All right. WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. I'm sorry, folks. It sounds like we're in a barrel. I don't know what's going on here, but sounds kind of cracky in a barrel. I'll get our crack engineer, Matt, to take a look at it and see what's going on. But I don't know what's going on. It suddenly changed a little while ago, and it sounds like, I don't know what it sounds like. It just sounds weird in my headphones here. It sounds like we're in a barrel with crackling noise. But we'll get this checked out. We'll get Matt to take a look at it. All right, coming up in just a moment here on Big Dog Country Radio, we got some folks from the Chamber of Commerce to talk about what's going on down there. We'll be back in a minute. Attention all kids up to the age of 12. You are invited to Jessup's community-wide Easter Egg Fun Day this Saturday, March 27th, to be held at Unity Church of God. This year's Easter Fun Day will be different. It will be a drive-through grab-and-go event. Each kid will receive a free Easter gift bag filled with candy, and many will come with prizes and money. Mom and Dad, all you need to do is to bring your kids up to the age of 12 to Unity Church of God this Saturday, anytime from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Just drive through, and your kids will receive Easter gift bags they will enjoy. You don't even have to get out of your car. Our sponsors of the Easter Egg Drive-Thru include Jones Prescription Shop, Interstate Credit Union, Bargeman Power Sports, and Tim's Home Medical. All kids up to the age of 12 are invited to the community-wide Easter Egg Drive-Thru this Saturday, March 27th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon at Unity Church of God on Sunset Boulevard across from Bill Morris Park in Jessup. WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio. We continue on with the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. And Bob, we got Chamber folks in here this morning. Dina, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good, good. What's going on with the Chamber of Commerce?
Well, we've got a few events scheduled, some networking events coming up we're excited about. I think people are ready to get out and about and do a little more networking, so we've got a few events scheduled. We've got a couple of ribbon cuttings coming up. First one I want to talk about is the one we have today, actually, at 10 a.m. It's at Southern Drug Company. These guys have been open for a few months now, but they're going to have their ribbon cutting today. They are located in the old Subway building next to Hardee's. So we'll be celebrating their ribbon cutting today at 10 a.m. They've got
10 a.m. and they're located where now?
In the old Subway building, right next to Hardee's.
Across from the old Hardee's there, right before you get to Goodwill.
That's right.
So that's where Southern Drug is.
That's right.
Okay, all right.
So that'll be at 10 a.m. this morning, so you guys come out and support them. They've got some, I know they'll have some refreshments, some door prizes and such, so just come out and support them today. We have another ribbon cutting scheduled for Wednesday, April the 7th. That one will be at 4:30 p.m. at My Daughter and Me Classic Consignment Shop. They are located down on South Macon Street, 166 South Macon Street, right there next to the salad spot.
Okay.
So that will be April the 7th at 4:30. My Daughter and Me Consignment Shop. So you guys come on out for that ribbon cutting as well. We're going to have our first coffee cart exchange of this year, so we're excited about that as well. That's going to be in April, Thursday, April the 15th at 8:30 a.m. That will be at First Baptist Church in Jessup in their fellowship hall.
Okay.
So we look forward to having those networking events, getting folks back out and networking with one another, and try to. Of course, we encourage masks still, and we'll social distance as much as we can in these different locations. So, but we do encourage the community to come out and support these events.
Okay, sounds good.
Our State of Education we do every year. We're a little bit later doing that this year than usual, but we have that scheduled for April. We have Rayonier Advanced Materials sponsors our quarterly membership luncheons every year. So this will be our next one, State of Education, April the 20th. We'll be hosting that at Pine Forest Country Club. That's 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Our presenting sponsor for that this year is Georgia Power. Got Mr. Allen here with us today. We thank them for their support every year. During this event, we also recognize our Page Star Student and Star Teacher. So we will be announcing that at that event. That is sponsored by Marshland Credit Union.
Is that a secret until then?
It is. We don't have that information yet. That is usually released to us within a week or so. The Page program gives us a time frame of when we can announce those winners. So we get that information right there shortly before. So we will, again, that event will be on April the 20th. We are taking, you can register for that event now. It's $25 for members and $35 for non-members. Lunch will be included. We will be hearing from Coastal Pines Technical College President, Dr. Lonnie Roberts. We'll also hear from our new superintendent of the Wayne County School System, Dr. Sean Kelly, and from Sherry Bowen at Solid Rock, the principal and director at Solid Rock Christian Academy. So we'll get to hear from those three folks on the state of our education programs here in Wayne County. Always a great program. We've got some new changes going on in all three of those locations right now, so it should be a good program for our community. So, like I said, you can register for that event now. Give us a call at the chamber at 427-2028. You also can register on our website at waynechamber.com. The next thing we're going to talk about, just touch base and talk a little bit about Taste of Wayne. We've got that coming up. We were in here several weeks back and made that announcement. That's scheduled for Thursday, June the 3rd at Under the Chandelier out on Highway 301. Alan, you want to talk a little bit about Taste of Wayne, what we've got going on?
The Taste of Wayne is going to be a casino night this year. We're excited about that. We've got some folks bringing in some fun casino games, and there's going to be blackjack, Texas Hold'em, craps, and roulette. I know how to play a couple of those. I need to learn how to play craps, and the blackjack is always an easy one, but it seems awfully tough to win. So, at least for me, I don't usually gamble. I usually just give my money away. But we're going to have a great time. It's going to be a strong evening of fellowship, but at the same time we're going to have a outside venue so that most folks can socially distance as they feel a need. We're going to encourage folks to have masks, continue doing those things, and there will be plenty of opportunity to spread out because it'll be outside, but the casino portion will be on the inside so that folks can enjoy that. And let's see, the tickets are on sale currently, and you can go by the chamber to pick up a ticket for that. We're also having a raffle, a really good raffle, I think. The raffle's going to be, it's sponsored by Country Financial. We're raffling off $1,000 cash, excuse me, $750 cash, $500 cash, and $250 cash, and a ticket for that raffle is only $10 per ticket.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a pretty good deal for somebody. About 4 folks are going to be happy with that.
Very happy.
We've got those tickets on sale now. We've got several of our committee members have tickets, our board members, and my ambassadors. We also have those tickets at the chamber office, so there's lots of folks floating around the community with those tickets for sale, but all you've got to do is give us a call. We can point you in the right direction or stop by the chamber office and we can sell you as many tickets as you'd like. We do have a couple of vendor spots available. So as most everyone knows, Taste of Wayne is an opportunity for us to showcase our local restaurants, caterers, bakers, that sort of thing. So we are limiting to 12 vendors this year just for space and still trying to keep our numbers down a little bit for social distancing purposes. So we do have, I think, 2 spots available for vendors. So give us a call if you'd be interested in us plugging you in and got your famous dish or appetizer or whatnot that you'd like to fix and showcase to the community. Just give us a call at the chamber, talk with Kara. She can get you set up to be a vendor the night of the event. So we're looking forward to we've got a few new vendors or different vendors this year than we've had in the past. So it's always fun to try new things.
The sponsors for the event, we're still looking for a presenting sponsor. So if you're interested in being a presenting sponsor, that's a great opportunity for you to showcase your business. The other sponsorships are pretty much taken up now. The toast sponsor is GHC Hospice. Live auctions, First Southern Bank. The silent auction is going to be sponsored by Marshland Credit Union. The entertainment will be sponsored by Fraser's Appliance. The award ceremony is sponsored by Hospice of South Georgia. Raffle sponsor is Country Financial. The blackjack table is tables are going to be sponsored by Murphy's Builder Supply, Interstate Credit Union, Satilla EMC, and Wayne Housing Partners. And Texas Hold'em is going to be sponsored by Georgia Power. The roulette table is going to be sponsored by Carter Land Services and Neesmith Chevrolet. And the craps table is sponsored by Neesmith Chevrolet as well. We thank all those sponsors. That's a long list of very supportive businesses. We really appreciate what they do for the chamber, and we look forward to having a good night with those folks out there at the Taste of Wayne.
Well, good. Just lots going on with the Chamber of Commerce.
That's right.
Sound like things are getting back to somewhat normal.
Somewhat normal. We're excited about that. I want to throw a couple of dates out in reference to Taste of Wayne. Of course, the event is scheduled for Thursday, June the 3rd. We will open the doors at 5 p.m. and it'll go through 10 p.m. We've extended the hours this year because we've got a little bit more going on. We've added the casino tables, so that's going to take a little bit more time than usual, but we will still be having our silent and live auction the night of the event. We're going to begin our silent auction a few weeks prior to the event online, so that'll open up the opportunity to start bidding and taking a look at the items that we have, and also have the opportunity for those folks who may not be able to attend the event, they can still bid on some of those items. So we are taking auction items right now, donations. If anybody would be willing or interested in donating an item, we would greatly appreciate that. We're taking donations through April the 15th. And then we still have a couple sponsorship available, or opportunities available, and the deadline to sponsor is April the 1st. So just give us a shout if you want us to plug in any way. We'll be glad to do that.
Okay. Sounds good.
And keep in mind, we are going to limit the number of tickets this year due to the COVID issues. The majority of the folks that are going to attend are probably going to be spending the time outside. We're going to have a nice venue out there, so it's going to be a beautiful day, I'm sure. We're going to go ahead and schedule one of those.
All right.
Make sure it's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, just all kinds of stuff going on. But today we've got a ribbon cutting this morning at Southern Drug Company at 10 o'clock. Is that right? And they're located where now?
In this Subway, the old Subway building there across from Hardee's.
Okay, from the old Hardee's there, right before you get to the Goodwill on the right-hand side, Southern Drug ribbon cutting at 10 a.m.
At 10 a.m., yes.
Okay.
And
that's today.
That's today. All of our events are on our website event calendar. I also want to continue to encourage folks to use the community calendar. There's a link for that on our website as well. That is open to the community to add events to as well. They can submit an event. It's a great opportunity for us to kind of have everything going on in the community in one spot.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
Well, Dina,
Thank
Alan,
you.
Anytime y'all want to come on, just let us know.
Okay. We appreciate it.
All right, Bob, anything else? All right. Y'all take care. Have a good day. All right. The world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on Big Dog Country Radio, brought to you by Sean O'Quinn, Country Financial, by Murphy Builder Supply, by First Southern Bank, and by Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings.
The world famous Butch and Bob Show.